Boom, 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 boom. All right, I think we're good. I think we're ready. We're here. Mic looks good. Music looks good. No, desktop music. Whatever it is. Whatever. Oh, it's good. Excellent. Make sure everything is squared away here. Yes, everything is looking good. I think we're good to go here. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Good to go. Let's go. Chat. Sure. We're good. Yes. Everything looks good. Greetings. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do this in order to chat here. So let's do that real quick because we've got a new BJ emote there. There we go. New BJ emote in anticipation of becoming an affiliate right here on channel RMG Gaming 2 after today's stream. That's right. Today is the last day we need to stream. We get this stream in and done, and we get all the requirements for this channel. We have fulfilled all the requirements for this channel to become a Twitch affiliate. So that means we're gonna need some emojis. We're gonna need some subscriber chat badges. So I had to do a whole new set of chat subscriber badges and a new emoji for channel BJ Weiler because I want to use our RMG Gaming styled badges and emojis right here on channel RMG Gaming. Seems natural, right? Well, that's what we're gonna do. So awesome stuff. We're ready to go. Rock and roll. We're gonna be driving today. Let's drive. Let's just get on the road. Let's just get going because we got ourselves a long trip ahead of us today. Today, we need to go to Oslo, Norway, way up here. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to take the longest job that we can to start off with. And I think that should be coming from Bratislava. Because what else do we got? Prague, we've Munich, Stuttgart, Mannheim, Frankfurt am Main. So all these are a little bit closer. So I think Bratislava in Poland is the actual longest journey that we can to take these racing teams to Norway, or the racing team that's based out of Bratislava. Let's go that way. So let's go to Brat. Oh, wrong button. Go to Brat. So we're going to Bratwurst. So let's go ahead and go. Rock and roll. No, I don't want to do that yet, fool. I need to get to Bratislava first. I actually need to land in Bratislava. So greetings, everyone. Thank you. Welcome for joining me today. I am, of course, BJ Weiler. And this is RMG Gaming 2, our simulation gaming channel. So all things simulation gaming you will find us streaming and replaying on this channel. Let's go. Where do we come out of Bratislava? Posped. I think it's Posped, so that's over here. There we go. Should be Posped. Very nice cabin accessories from the World of Trucks event that we have since completed. Now it's all for fun. Now it's all just driving for fun in this event. And of course, we have our racing paint job in the RMG Gaming colors of purple, red, and white. Oh yes, I know. Parking brake. Thank you. There we go. Tankpool 24 Racing. That is correct. So this is a 25-hour journey. 1,600 kilometers of driving, 65 kilometers on a ferry. 25 hours. So that's going to be probably a good hour and a half right off the bat here to get to Oslo, Norway here. Depending on traffic, of course. That's what we're doing. That's what we want to do. This will be, this will actually, I think, be our longest job that we have driven ever in either ETS2 or ATS. I don't think I've driven anything this long at this point. I think the longest journeys I've driven so far have been about 12 to 15 hours in these games, especially in one sitting. I don't think, I remember a while back I did in both games a couple, 2 or 3 videos for a career series of journeying home. I think one was a journey home from Italy to I think we were in Italy, Rome, I think at the time, heading back to Luxembourg, and the other one we were up in where were we? Nevada? I think we were up in Nevada, because this was before Oregon came out. Heading back to Flagstaff, Arizona. So neither one of those jobs, I think, were quite as long as this one's going to be. So we're at 12:32 a.m., so we should be arriving Friday, 1:45 a.m. This will be very interesting. We've got 1,100 kilometers of fuel to go. So we will certainly have to fill up somewhere along the journey. As a matter of fact, let's mark that point now. Let's go. We'll probably want to fill up somewhere around the halfway point. So probably somewhere near Rostock or Berlin. Oh, you know what? Right here. This looks good. So we'll want to fill up right there. And there we go. This is where our journey is going to take us today, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get on the road. Well, let's get trucking. Well, that trailer is so shiny, I almost looked translucent there for a minute. Looking at the back there, it says something don't look right, but that's actually the trailer. Reflecting the lights and stuff from the buildings around it. Get here in the light, take a look at Tankpool Racing. I think we did them on an earlier stream. But we'll take a look at the truck again. Black and red truck here. Tankpool. Maybe not. There we go. There's Tankpool Racing. We're on our way to Norway now. So let's. Oh, I got my beacon on. You don't need our beacon on for this. Although I probably could keep the beacon on. Technically, it's not a big job here. Heavy haul or anything like that. Be able to discover some new road here as well. Obviously, we're discovering some new road right here, right now, which is awesome. Now, Bratislava. I already have Oslo discovered, I think, probably because of a special transport job. I think that either comes out of Oslo or goes to Oslo. I guess I'm going. I'm going now. Guys are going to have to stop. I'm going. And away we go. So yeah, kind of exciting here, really. for RMG Gaming and Wild Nation. It's sort of what we're going to rebrand channel BJ Weiler now. We are Wild Nation on BJ Weiler. Of course, RMG Gaming Nation overall. But yes, this will be the third channel that we have affiliated. We started streaming. I started doing gaming videos and streaming back in 2013. When I was in between jobs, let's say. You know, I worked at a tech company for about 4 years between 2009 and 2013. And then due to this company did a lot of subcontracting for the United States government, mainly with the armed forces of the United States. We did a lot of tech support and all sorts of, you know, genuinely classified stuff. I mean, there was stuff that I didn't get my security classification because I was basically an in-house support for the office. So it wasn't really necessary for me to get a security classification because most of what I was dealing with wasn't any of the anything that required it. But we so a lot of the stuff that I am, you know, top secret stuff really that we were doing. But of course, back in 2013, we had a government shutdown. I remember the term was sequestration, whatever it is. And of course, being a government subcontractor, you know, the government shut down, and we wouldn't be paid for any of those contracts. So of course, until the sequestration was over, the company needed to do some cutbacks. Of course, I was still a low man on the totem pole at that point. So I was laid off, essentially, which actually turned out to be a good thing, because it was really not, the job was not for me. The position that I was placed in, as really an entry-level sysadmin, required a lot more knowledge and ability than an entry-level sysadmin. So it was a very stressful, very frustrating job, because I really didn't know a whole lot at that time. You know, I just gotten some certs, so I was really just in the learning phase, and the position I was in really wasn't. Ooh, I'm going the wrong way. Really wasn't ideal for a beginner, let's say. Oh, Jesus, are you serious, dude? You saw me coming. Unbelievable. Just a truck, so that's fine. As long as it's just a truck, that's all right. We're okay with just a truck getting damaged. Wrong way, Weiler. At it again. But yeah, so yeah, I ended up getting laid off there, and so a lot of free time on my hands. And so I got started looking into things like YouTube and Twitch and gaming, because obviously gaming has always been a hobby, always been my passion. And so at that point, I'm watching all these videos on Twitch, all these videos on YouTube, saying, wow, people actually watch other people just play a game? Hey, sounds good to me. So let's go ahead, let's do it. Let's just start making some gameplay videos. So that's what I did. I actually started making some videos with Trial World's Defiance. It was that crossover FPS, well, really third person. It was a third person view. But you know, the crossover shooter MMO Defiance. That's really was an interesting concept to me, so that's why I got into the game and into the sci-fi show, just to see how they would handle the crossover content. I must say that Trion did a pretty good job handling crossover content. Sci-fi, not so much. They were terrible. Completely mishandled the IP. Sci-fi completely mishandled the crossover content. So when the show was canceled, I was absolutely ecstatic, because they were just destroying the concept. They were absolutely terrible with handling the concept. But Tron did a pretty good job. I enjoyed the game. So I actually started making videos for YouTube featuring Defiance. And it was through there that I actually learned about Extra Life, which is a charity organization that partners with the Children's Miracle Network, which is a network of hospitals all across North America. These hospitals are located in Canada, the United States, and Puerto Rico. And so what Extra Life does is you're playing games, but you're also raising money. It's a fundraiser. A fundraiser for gamers to be able to do what we do and raise money for sick kids in the hospital. Hence, I raise money for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So that's really how I got involved with Extra Life, was actually through Defiance, through Trion Worlds, because Trion Worlds was a partner with Extra Life, and so they did a lot of stuff and gave away digital goodies in their games. So I'm like, oh, okay, I can get some cool, unique stuff in Defiance. And of course, I started playing a couple of the other games like Rift, and I think Trove was still in development at the time. So I started doing that, and once I learned more about Extra Life, I said, "Wow, this is pretty cool. I really want to participate this, more than just to get the digital goodies in Trion's games." So I started, obviously I signed up, and I started trying to figure out how I was going to do my fundraising and stuff like that. What exactly I was going to do, and that's really how I started looking into Twitch. Because Twitch also, XSplit, primarily a partner. I don't know if Twitch is technically a partner. I think it may be. But really a lot, at that point, a lot of the, Trial Worlds, they were going to do a stream on Twitch and this and that. So, okay, well, let me check out Twitch. What's Twitch all about? At this point, Twitch sort of, videos, but doing it live. Sort of like the good old classic live television broadcasts. I said, okay, we can do that. So I ended up, I created a Twitch channel. This channel was called Real Millennium Group, which is based off of something that is, at this point, where are we, 20 years. This is the 20th anniversary of the actual Real Millennium Group. A group I started back in 1999, obviously, being 20th anniversary. When this whole hubbub with the 21st century and third millennium was a-brewing. And everybody was so excited that, when the year 2000 here hits, it's going to be the 21st century. It's going to be the third millennium. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. It's like, if I learned anything in elementary math, it's that, no. Y2K is actually not the beginning of the 21st century and third millennium. It's actually the end of the 20th century and second millennium. But it was just so a hubbub. All news. Everybody was jumping on the bad maths bandwagon to celebrate Y2K as the start of the 21st century. I'm like, So that's how the Real Millennium Group got started. It started as my way to inform the public and make a statement saying, no, we have one more year to go, people. And through that, actually, there were quite a few other businesses and organizations and stuff like that. Just not, just your typical business who agreed. So, it was a great fun doing that. But that's how the Real Millennium Group got started. So I envisioned, you know, continuing on the Real Millennium Group as sort of a research organization, you know, doing research and just doing historical tidbits on my website and stuff like that. And obviously real life, you know, real life interferes with a lot of those plans. So never really did much with the Real Millennium Group after that. You know, the website, we still have the website, realmillenniumgroup.com. But at that point, you know, as we got into the actual 21st century and beyond, those early years of the aughts, I really didn't do much. You know, I was really, you know, it was mostly real life taking over. You know, and you know, mid aughts, 2005, 2006, getting married, having a child, which of course, you know, further complicates matters for the hobbies and stuff like that. So we hit a lull, but then, you know, it really got, you know, I was still a gamer at that point, and really got back into gaming. So we sort of started making the website had a good gaming portion on the website, with the goal of just getting information out there on some of my favorite games. You know, wizardry primarily, setting up a guide for wizardry, classic wizardry games and that kind of stuff. A little fan site with that on the site. And you know, got a little bit, you know, got a little bit of traction with that, but I really didn't do too much until, you know, again, we started getting more into MMOs. At that time, of course, we were playing Guild Wars, so I had a Guild Wars fan site on there, had a Real Millennium Group guild in Guild Wars. So that was the kind of thing, just to continue on using the Real Millennium Group brand in gaming and in my games. So that's how the Real Millennium Group really came about. It was going to be a Twitch channel where we just, you know, streamed, did games, and just help promote, dang it, the Real Millennium Group website and our Guild Wars guild and that kind of stuff. I hate these freaking drop-off exits. I might as well just stay here. And so that's why I sort of did channel Real Millennium Group first. That was going to be our streaming channel. We're going to do Extra Life on there, and at that time it was really just going to be Extra Life. I was more, of course, and that's why our YouTube channel was also Real Millennium Group. You know, that's, you know, we were promoting the Real Millennium Group website. You know, everything was going to be Real Millennium Group, this group, and really didn't think anything beyond that at that point. You know what, I'm just going to stay in this lane. I don't care what you're telling me, I'm staying here. And so, of course, our first really official live stream was the 24-hour marathon in November of 2013 on, of course, channel Real Millennium Group. Slow down here, slow down here. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Okay, now I probably will have to end up getting into, we're in Prague now. Gonna have to make a turn here or anything. No, we're just gonna go through the roundabout. All right. Oh my God, people turn and turn, dude. Go, go, go. Just go, people. So Real Millennium Group was really our first actual channel. So we did, essentially, the only thing I did was, you know, between 2013 and 2014, for Extra Life were the charity streams, the marathons. So I think 2013 was, I don't recall whether that was a 24-hour, I think it was the 25-hour marathon. There was one that was 24 hours because it was actually the last weekend in November that we did it. That was held, so it wasn't daylight saving time for America at that point. Get through here a bit here. There we go. Getting through Prague now. But I really didn't do too much else. What I ended up doing, however, was for starting in 2015 is really when we got underway with the Twitch channel. Again, I was still mostly doing YouTube videos. I'd have to go back on that channel, see some of the old highlights. I think the old highlights are the 2013 marathon and the 2014 marathon. I think I have a few other things highlighted between then, but I've got to flip through that and see what they are again. But it wasn't really, we really got into streaming until 2015, when we were celebrating Guild Wars' 10th anniversary. And it was at that point I decided to do a video series, you know, celebrating the game, celebrating the 10th anniversary. So it was called our Tyrian Adventures. I came up with this concept of the Tyrian Adventures, where I would start a new character and play through the entire game on this new character. And the video series would just cover just cover every you know, just playing through the game, sort of as a catalog of all the quests, all the zones, everything like that. So we would do everything in the game, play all the quests, play all the missions, you know, explore the entire world, and just get it on video, you know, for the inevitable day that the game shuts down, that we can go back and look at this video series and just enjoy everything in the game, just, you know, through watching it again. So that was sort of my primary purpose for doing that series, to you know, just to do a video series, but to, you know, preserve, so to speak, the content of the game via video. So we started that, of course, in around March, April 2005. Started out again just as a video series on YouTube, but at that point I was starting to have some problems with the recording software I was using, which I think it was BB Flashback Express. You know, because at that point, for doing the videos, I was trying to find a good recording software that was absolutely free, wouldn't cost anything. So I ended up stumbling across this BB Flashback Express, which really wasn't sort of a gaming recording software. It was just a recording software for general purpose, but it was free. So I was like, perfect, it works. But the problem was, I ran into the problem to where if I was making recordings that were longer than an hour, if I was recording longer than an hour, all of a sudden the video would start glitching out on me for some reason. So anything over an hour, the video would start glitching out and be a real pain in the butt. You know, it wasn't, you know, it was practically, you know, it was virtually unwatchable because of the way it was glitched out and all messed up and stuff. So I'm like, okay, so I've got to find something else here to use. And at the time for my streams, I was using XSplit. I said, well, you know, and I don't recall if XSplit actually had a local recording option at the time. So I figured, well, what we'll do then, I'll just, it may have, or I just, you know, at that point, never thought of just using XSplit for just to do the local recording. So what I ended up doing was just, at that point, after a few episodes in of the Tyrian Adventures, I said, okay, well, let's just go ahead and do some live streams. We'll just start live streaming from here on out. And so that's what we did. I actually started live streaming on channel Real Millennium Group, our Tyrian Adventures. That's really how I got to live streaming on a regular. Here we are again with the friggin' drop off. Go ahead. Are you waiting? Are you gonna go? Let's go, dude. Come on. There we go. There's a cop too, of course, naturally. There we go. Nah, I'm perfectly happy staying in this lane now. Thank you, though. So that's how I really got into live streaming. Most of the live streams I was doing was for the Tyrian Adventure. So I would live stream 3 or 4, you know, depending again on real life when I... Oh, crap. That was definitely damage to the trailer. Yep, of course. Of course. Oh, now we got to get over here anyway. Okay, let's do that. F3, F3, there we go. Oy vey. But, yeah, I knew we weren't getting through this trip without damaging everything, essentially. Truck, trailer, and cargo. But that's really... so what I ended up doing was doing, you know, 3 or 4 streams a week of our Tyrian Adventures episodes. And then I would upload 1 a week to YouTube. So it'd be a weekly YouTube upload at that point. Yeah, let's get over here. Thank you. And that's really how we got into our live streaming. And of course, we did that for a year. Again, essentially primarily just streaming Guild Wars and the Tyrian Adventures. Are we dropping frames now? Why are we dropping frames? Here we go. A little bit of a hiccup here, I think. Are we having network issues? I think I may be having network issues here. Let's take a look here. Are we good? Oh, is it back? I didn't see anything in OBS saying we were having issues. It just started dropping frames all of a sudden here a bit. We started losing some KBS per second, but I think that's more of a network issue. Yes, our network, our wonderful little home network here. But anyway, that's you know, and so we did that for a year. Then, of course, when 2016 rolled around, it was time to celebrate Guild Wars Factions, the second game, second campaign, celebrate that anniversary. So we started doing that. So it was during that time for a while, because the Tyrian Adventures were still ongoing. So it was during 2016 that I was actually streaming both the Tyrian Adventures and the Canthan Adventures. And it was around that time too I started doing other stuff, doing other games and that kind of thing as well. Because by that point we had done our 3rd Extra Life Marathon, and so I started doing a little bit more for the marathons as well. You know, at that point I started doing 100 Days of Gaming in 2016. Do I have to? Yep, I have to take this exit. And so we really, it was really between 2015 and 2016 that we really started getting more into the streaming and doing variety gaming on YouTube as well. And it was also around that time, I think 2016, yeah, I think it was pretty much around 2016 that I started, Path to Affiliate is now complete. Excellent. We have passed the 30-minute mark, and we have now officially completed the path to affiliate. Yes. So we should be looking for that email today. Hopefully that comes today and I get things rolling. That way by this time next week, we will be streaming as an official Twitch affiliate right here on channel RMG Gaming 2. Awesome sauce. But yeah, it was around about this time that I then created channel BJ Weiler. And to be honest with you, I don't remember why. I think it was primarily because I started wanting to sort of, this is where I sort of had the idea of splitting my Extra Life videos and my just adventure videos, my Guild Wars adventures, and I was sort of starting to get the idea of doing some additional adventures videos for other MMOs that I was playing. At the time. And so I sort of wanted to make it easier for people just to, okay, here's our adventures series, make it easier for them to go through Twitch and find the videos that they were primarily looking for. So sort of separate the Extra Life fundraising from just my normal non-fundraising content. So I created channel BJ Weiler, sort of partly for that purpose, but also just to have another channel to camp out in as a viewer. But then I started, again, you know, once I started doing more for Extra Life, I'm like, I kind of want to keep this stuff separate. Do one channel for Extra Life, do the other channel for our adventure series. Oh, shoot. Oh, God. Every time I keep saying I want to stay in the one lane so I can avoid the drop-offs, and I forget I'm in the other lane. So we ended up starting to use channel BJ Weiler for our actual Extra Life streams, and maintained channel Real Millennium Group for our adventure streaming. So Extra Life sort of, I think it was with the 2016 marathon. That's where I started streaming Extra Life on channel BJ Weiler. So I did the 2016 marathon on channel BJ Weiler and kept channel Real Millennium Group for our Guild Wars adventures, and mainly at that point we were doing Pirates of the Burning Sea, I think, World of Warcraft. What else were we doing? I think I had started this, Champions Online, an adventure series for all that. So that's what channel Real Millennium Group was strictly for. Oh God, I was about to hit that again. Our adventure series, channel BJ Weiler, would be our Extra Life stuff. Okay, this is not the gas station we're looking for. Although, okay, probably could have done it, but we'll keep going. We'll get to the halfway point. And so we were rolling along. So I was streaming, about 3 days per week on channel Real Millennium Group with our adventure series, and then streaming another 2-3 days a week for Extra Life on channel BJ Weiler. And then, in I believe it was 2017, the Twitch affiliate program was announced, and that it was sort of the Twitch sort of made this the stepping stone to becoming a bona fide Twitch partner. The affiliate program was sort of your first step to being able to make money off your streams, off the content you were doing, and sort of be a stepping stone into the partnership program. So at that point, I said to myself, well, and it was at that point as well that I joined the Twitch Kittens streaming community as well. So it was, in 2017, we became a Twitch Kitten. The affiliate program was announced. I started doing a lot more videos for YouTube, a lot more streams. I was streaming on a regular basis. I didn't have a set schedule at that point. It was just, okay, get home from work, stream. I got some free time here. Let's go ahead and do a stream for a half hour or an hour, that type of thing. So it was after I became a kitten and after the affiliate program was announced, I'm thinking to myself, well, I guess, stop, break. Ooh, boy, that was close. Oh, Jesus, that was close. I said, well, okay, I really wanted to take a shot at getting affiliated here. There's a good shot of the truck, huh? So where are we at here? Oh, we're heading, okay, we gotta go through Berlin. So I could have taken the side road here too and gone that way, but we've already actually covered that side road. So we gotta recover this area since it was updated. So we'll go through Berlin. Yep, okay, so a couple of turns in the gas station. So I guess we can, yeah, actually we should stay in this lane because we're going to have to take that exit. Look at that little blip of a road right there we got to rediscover. So is at that point I decided, well, it didn't seem practical to focus on two separate channels because it was probably not be possible to get both channels affiliated if I was splitting time between them and all that stuff. So it was at that point I decided to say, okay, we're only going to focus on streaming on channel BJ Weiler. And I made that decision, I think, primarily because at that point, you know, we weren't really doing a whole lot of anything with Real Millennium Group. You know, the Real Millennium Group. We sort of stagnated with our wizardry guides. You know, still working our Guild Wars guides and stuff like that, but at that point, you know, again, real life really limited the time I had to do you know, some of the stuff I was really interested in doing. So I figured, well, we'll focus just on me as channel BJ Weiler, as the streamer, because you know, just looking at what a lot of the other Twitch kittens were doing, and a lot of streamers in general, it was, you know, their channels were them. That, you know, that was their personality. The channel name would be whoever they were. And Real Millennium Group sort of evokes sort of I don't want to say corporation, but a sort of business type thing, like Tryon Worlds. You know, Tryon Worlds channel. Think of Tryon Worlds as a corporate entity, and there would be different people on the channel. You know, different. You know, they would use the channel for different purposes. You know, Extra Life for Kids, that official channel, it would have, you know, has all sorts of different people streaming on it. So I figured we'll go with channel BJ Weiler, because I am, of course, BJ Weiler. So that's sort of why I went with BJ Weiler. Very well. For one, it's a shorter name to remember, but it would sort of be based on, you're watching BJ Weiler, obviously. That's why I sort of decided to focus on streaming on BJ Weiler full-time, relatively speaking, not, you know, full-time streaming, but not splitting between both BJ Weiler and Real Millennium Group. So we focused on channel BJ Weiler as our full streaming channel, and didn't essentially stopped doing anything on channel Real Millennium Group, so we could focus on getting BJ Weiler affiliated, and just using that as our full-time streaming channel. So that's what we did. So of course, by doing that, by focusing, by doing what we needed to do to become affiliate, we got affiliate. So you know, we're almost at our we are right now at our 22-month anniversary, so almost our 2-year anniversary. So that means I got affiliated in, I guess that would make it June of 2017. Channel BJ Weiler became an affiliated channel, and that's where we've been at for the most part until really this past year, 2018, where I decided again, you know, doing a bunch of streams, having a regular stream schedule at this point. I decided to go back and start using channel Real Millennium Group again. And primarily because really the focus for this was with the replays. When Twitch decided to implement this idea of replays, so you could take your old highlights, your old past broadcasts, your old uploads, and just have your channel active, you know, have some content streaming on your channel through these old broadcasts as a replay. I said, well, you know, I could make use of this. I could use this concept for channel Real Millennium Group and do all my Extra Life, because at this point, I obviously am big into Extra Life. Trying to raise money throughout the year instead of just through the 25-hour marathons, that kind of stuff. So by the time 2017 rolls around, obviously, even 2016, I was doing Extra Life on a regular basis, weekly basis, 100 days of gaming, that kind of stuff. Hey, Taz, there's Taz. Yes, look at my driving not to chat. I've already crashed a couple of times. Yeah, unfortunately, I've already crashed a couple of times. Matter of fact, let me, yeah, so we do have, 6% trailer, 6% truck damage, 1% trailer damage, no cargo damage. So hopefully we can escape with too much of a penalty here. But hey, Taz, thanks for swinging by today, much appreciated. But yeah, so once Twitch announced the concept of the replay, I decided, well, you know what? I could take all my Extra Life videos and start replaying them on Channel Real Millennium Group, so I could even fundraise or do something for Extra Life, do some fundraising, even when I was not able to go live and stream. So with the replay option, that's what I started doing on Channel Real Millennium Group. I started copying over all my Extra Life marathons, the mini-thons, the 100 Days of Gaming to Channel Real Millennium Group to use for this replay concept. Oh, thank you for the host. Yes. I was looking at a movie. It's a commercial now. Hey, nice. Hey, that's all right. Lurk away. You can lurk and watch your movie. I don't care. But thank you for joining me today, Taz. Much, much appreciated. As our last stream as a non-affiliate, we have a message popped up about 10 minutes ago that I am now have completed every goal to become Twitch affiliate. So now I just gotta look for the email and get the ball rolling. We will be officially affiliated on this channel. Hopefully this coming week. But there we go. Ready to rock and roll. Gob. Gob stopper. Gob smacked. It's the gob. And there we go. Yeah, so I started copying all my Extra Life videos over to Channel Real Millennium Group, with the goal of just having these replays going on an almost constant basis as much as I could throughout the week when we weren't. That way I could always have, something fundraising going, something Extra Life going on, in the hopes of, obviously getting the Extra Life word out there, getting my own content noticed and still active, and maybe making a donation, getting a donation in or two, even when I couldn't go live, do a live fundraising stream. So we started doing that on Channel Real Millennium Group. And then I said to myself, well, at this point, I was really getting into these simulation games as well. And there's a whole subculture in the gaming community with these simulation games. And at this point, I came up with this concept of RMG gaming. Being a part of, being a subset of the Real Millennium Group, Real Millennium Group Gaming, sort of coming up with a gaming nation. Sort of had the original concept of doing something through, like a multi-game guild, so to speak, like Judgment Gaming. Our Star Wars: The Old Republic guild was a multi-gaming guild. And there are some other notable multi-gaming guilds out there. Can't think of their names right now, but quite a few of them are in different MMOs. Participate in different MMOs as one guild. And through the concept of, at the time, before Game Breaker went default, they had their concept of doing a multi-gaming sort of Game Breaker Nation type of deal. And so that's sort of where the concept of RMG gaming came from, to just do it as a multi-gaming guild type thing. And so that's sort of where that came from. And then, with the simulation gaming and all that stuff, me getting more into that, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm doing variety on BJ Weiler. Extra Life is going to be dedicated now to the replays, at least, were going to be dedicated to Channel Real Millennium Group. But all my main streams, even my Extra Life streams and stuff like that, would be on channel BJ Weiler. Channel Real Millennium Group would just be used for replaying those streams and videos. And then I said, well, you know, I'm going to be doing a lot more simulation stuff, and I sort of don't want to, you know, it's sort of going to have a lot of content on BJ Weiler, a lot of content to dig through that, you know, people might only be interested in one particular type of content, such as the simulation gaming. So I'm saying to myself, well, why don't I just get another channel and dedicate that one to sort of like simulation gaming, or and sort of what it was going to be partly that. Actually, I think the way I started RMG Gaming channel, RMG Gaming 2, was I was going to make this sort of like the official Extra Life for Kids channel, to where you have different people come on and stream on that channel. That was sort of one of the things I had the back in my mind when I created this channel, RMG Gaming 2, was to sort of do it like that. I would have guest stars on the channel. I would have guest streamers come on the channel and allow them to stream on this channel, sort of as part of the RMG Gaming Nation Guild. If I had anybody in the guild who's also a streamer or something like that somewhere, hey, you know, hey, why don't you stream on my channel once a week or something like that? So something along those lines. Then I start thinking, oh, you know, let's do this as a simulation channel. Because obviously, you know, we didn't really get anywhere with any in-game guilds or anything like that. We're still a member of Judgment Gaming Guild in Star Wars. Before that sort of went defunct with the 4.0 and 5.0 expansions in that game. So that's where RMG Gaming 2 sort of came from as my simulation channel, since I'm going to be doing a lot of simulation. I sort of wanted to dedicate, like I dedicated Real Millennium Group to Extra Life replays, I sort of wanted to dedicate this to my simulation gaming content. That way, if anybody who's interested just in watching simulation gaming, that kind of stuff, hey, well, go to channel RMG Gaming 2. That's where you can find the content that you want to watch, and that'll be the only content on that channel. That way, you just know, you go to that channel and you know what you're going to get, and it's going to be something that you're interested in watching. Whereas channel BJ Weiler, again, would sort of maintain our variety gaming streaming, where we'll just play, we'll play all sorts, you know, we'll play our MMOs, we'll play our indie games, we'll play our classic games, and just have fun with that, you know, and just, you know, be the draw, hopefully, my personality. In addition, of course, to the content at the time. Of course, being the variety streaming gaming, you can't play a single game all that often. So that's sort of why I wanted to separate simulation gaming. That way, that'd be primary simulation gaming. I could focus a little bit more on channel BJ Weiler with some of the core games that I wanted. But of course, it was during this time as well that Twitch then decided that the replays would become an affiliate-only benefit. And of course, their reasons for that are not entirely truthful, saying, well, you know, smaller streamers can't really grow their channels doing replays and stuff like that, which is complete bunk, because this channel right here has been grown almost exclusively through replays and uploads, because now this week they're removing the ability to upload videos on non-affiliated channels, and that's everything on this channel is an uploaded video, aside of course from the live streams. And so obviously, you know, their reasoning for doing it is complete bunk, because I have been able to become affiliated on this channel pretty much exclusively through uploads and replays. You know, we've only just started recently live streaming on this channel when I decided I wanted to make this channel an affiliated channel, which of course was before, I did that wrong, before the announcement that uploads would only be affiliate only. I decided, you know, I'd already decided that, you know, I wanted to do replays easier on this channel. Before, I was doing sort of like a live replay where I would just start a live broadcast and just do a browser source that's hooked into one of the collections on Twitch and just replayed the collection through the browser element. So, which is a pain in the butt, because it started burning out my old system, my old HP laptop, because of that. Oh, we're at the ferry already. Nice. Commercials over later. All right, thanks, Daz. Thanks for hanging out. Go enjoy your movie. I'll catch you at the next commercial break. Thanks for the host and thanks for the lurk. So that's how I decided to start making this an affiliate channel, just to do replays easier on this thing. And the same thing for obviously Channel Real Millennium Group. Is that point that, well, I now need to get Channel Real Millennium Group affiliated just to make getting replays easier on that as well. So is at this point over the last few months, I decided, well, I need to get these channels affiliated just so I can do the replay content easier. And it was, of course, at this time, too, that I decided that I'm going to completely separate Extra Life and my BJ Wilder channel again. We're going to go back to the way things were, except sort of reverse. When I initially started streaming on 2 channels, Real Millennium Group and BJ Wilder, I did it, you know, Extra Life on channel BJ Wilder, my adventure series on Real Millennium Group. Well, now that I've actually reversed that, Real Millennium Group is the Extra Life channel where we do our Extra Life content and mini-thons, our marathons, our 100 days of gaming. Everything's going to be on channel Real Millennium Group for Extra Life, and then BJ Wilder is going to be the non-fundraising streams and that kind of stuff. Again, just a split because some people just may not, you know, they may not be interested in you know, fundraising spiels and pitches throughout a stream. So channel BJ Wilder is non-fundraising. Obviously, I'll mention Extra Life and that kind of stuff through, you know, every now and again, but it's not going to be a dedicated fundraising spiel, fundraising stream type thing. So if you're interested in fundraising and charity and stuff like that, hey, Real Millennium Group is the channel to watch. Just your basic, hopefully entertaining variety stream. That's channel BJ Wilder. And again, here, right here, channel RMG Gaming 2 is our simulation gaming channel. So that's sort of how all this ended up coming about, and trying to get Real Millennium Group and RMG Gaming at this point affiliated channels so I could do the replays while I'm not streaming on these channels, keep the content out there, keep people entertained, and still maintain channel BJ Wilder as sort of our core live streaming channel for our variety gaming, which is now sort of limited to MMOs and multiplayer games, our classic and retro games, and of course our indie gaming. And then of course channel Real Millennium Group is a variety channel, but dedicated to Extra Life fundraising. And again, here we're just going to be dedicated solely to simulation gaming right here on this channel. So it's nice that we're finally going to have all 3 channels affiliated. Each one's going to be sort of compartmentalized, focused on one main theme, and that way, you know, if you're interested in only simulation gaming, this is the channel you want to be at. You know, follow this channel, subscribe to this channel once we get the affiliate process complete. You know, we're going to be doing replays on a regular basis now on this channel throughout the week, so you can just pop in, watch an hour or two, sit back, relax, watch an hour or two of replayed content. And of course, we will be live streaming on this channel on a regular basis. Usually should be on the weekends. I have it planned for the weekends, you know, once or twice, again, depending on real life. So Saturday and Sunday, you know, we have planned for this channel. Real Millennium Group, again, you know, we'll be streaming Fridays every week as usual, and then Saturdays and Sundays as, you know, time allows and, you know, the schedule allows. And channel BJ Wilder, sort of our Monday through Thursday stream with a few extras thrown in as, again, time allows. But yeah, so that's sort of how our streaming career and how we've reached this point in our streaming process has gone. So we are in Rostock, excellent, and we are heading to Gedser in Denmark. So let's go ahead and where's Trelleborg, by the way? Yeah, see, we could even go to Trelleborg. That's a 5-hour, 600 euro journey. So we're just going to hop the channel here to Gedser. Let's rock and roll onto the ferry. See, this is where I wish we had a little cinematic here of you know, going through the train leaving, the ferry departing.